everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leanna. Today I'm going to be doing a skincare video. I realize I haven't done this since basically the start of my channel, so it's been a few years. And I really am quite into my skincare routines, so I thought it would maybe be beneficial to show you what I do for my skincare. It's changed quite a bit over the past few years just because I've switched out a lot of products and I've kind of rebalanced my skin quite a bit. My skin used to be pretty dry and dehydrated, and it's really not anymore. It's quite normal and it's quite balanced, which is good. I would say that my under eyes are still a little dry now and then, but nowhere near as dry as what they used to be. And the rest of my face still gets a tiny bit dry in the winter time, but overall still nowhere near as much as it used to. So I would say I do have normal skin. I don't really have oily patches and I don't have acne prone skin. However, I am quite sensitive, so I do have to be really careful with what I use. I think everything I have now is cruelty-free. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure though. So that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to show you what I use. I also did demonstrate how I use the products. So while I'm talking about them, I'll kind of insert a little bit of footage of how I use them. And this was done during several different nighttime routines. It wasn't done all at once. So I'm going to kind of go step by step with how I would start to finish, which would start with makeup removal. So I have two different things that I use for makeup removal. This is one of them. This is the Lush Naked Skincare. It's called Like a Virgin, and that's because it has cold pressed olive oil in it. And so it's this little disc, and it's very oily. I can feel it in my hands. I'm gonna put it down actually so it doesn't melt. And it obviously started a little bit bigger than that. And it's basically a solid cold cream. So you rub it between your hands, and I've done it on one side of my face because I'm going to show you something else for the other. So you rub it in your hands, it breaks down the oil, and you start rubbing it over your face. You do it while your face is still dry, and it breaks down the makeup. A lot of people use coconut oil to remove their makeup. This is another oil that you can use. They do have a few different solid cleansers. I grabbed this one because it was best for sensitive skin as well as makeup removal. They do have another one for sensitive skin, but I didn't really like the smell of it. And I don't find that it's that great. It does remove makeup to an extent, but not as good as the other one I'm going to show you, which is this one here. This is First Aid Beauty Coconut Micellar Makeup Melter. And you get a lot more product with this. So the little one, it has lasted quite a while. I got it towards either Christmas time or just after Christmas. So I still have some left with that, and that was about $5 or $6. This is about $30 to $35 for 5.4 fluid ounces. And the way this one works is, again, with dry skin, you put a little bit in your hands and you just start rubbing it around your face, and it breaks up the makeup. And then typically with both of these, what I'll do is I'll wet one of these erase your face cloths, and I'll start scrubbing down my face to remove what residue is left on my face. But as I'm showing you here, I've taken one of these cotton rounds. These are from Costco and they're Canadian. They're Delon Plus. I have more makeup residue left on the side with the Lush than I do on the First Aid Beauty. I have no makeup left after I've washed my face with the First Aid Beauty side. No eye makeup, no face makeup. So the Lush one just isn't as good as getting rid of all face makeup and eye makeup as the First Aid Beauty. It's just, I find that I'm rubbing really hard at my eyes and it's really uncomfortable. It can get in my eyes and make my eyes blurry. And it's overall just not the best experience for me. So I'm going to finish it up by using it to remove lip products primarily, and if I'm having just a really light makeup day, I can use it for that, but there's no way I would buy it again. Whereas the First Aid Beauty one, I'm about a little bit less than halfway down through it, and I love it so much. I would definitely buy it again, and I've again had this one for quite a while. I'm going to say it has been 6 to 8 months since I bought this bottle. It says to use 2 pumps of it. No, you don't need 2 pumps. You need a very small amount to remove your entire face of makeup. So this one has no scent at all. The Lush one has a little bit of a citrus scent. So just if you are curious about scents, then that's what you need to know. So after I've washed my face, I've used this. Then I use a cleanser of some sort, and I have a few different cleansers that I rotate through. So this is the First Aid Beauty Pure Skin Face Cleanser. And this is another one that's fragrance-free. Their whole line is fragrance-free, and it's really good for sensitive skin. So this is the one that I'll use pretty well every day, unless I want to exfoliate or use something that has a little bit of some sort of salicylic acid or something like that. So this one is really nice because it doesn't strip the skin. It doesn't foam up a whole lot. You put a little bit in your hands and hopefully you can see it's more of like a milky cleanser. It just, when cleansers foam up too much, I find that they do dry out the skin. This one won't do that. So if you do have really sensitive skin and you're worried about drying, it won't irritate you. For exfoliation, I like the Acure Brilliantly Brightening Facial Scrub. This one is made with a whole bunch of like sea kelp ingredients, and it's really dark green, and it is very exfoliating. It's very scrubby, so I tend to use it in the shower because of the color. It can kind of make a sink a little bit dirty. The exfoliating bits, because they are very grainy, it took a little bit getting used to. I came off of using an exfoliator that didn't have very many granules in it. I thought that anything like this would be too harsh for my skin. I've gotten used to it. I really like it now, and I feel like it does a really good job, but again, it does make quite a bit of a mess. So like I have to rinse down my bathtub and shower after I use it. That's how much of a mess we're talking. So if that's something that you don't want to have to deal with, then that's probably not going to be the right exfoliator for you. But it does make your skin really soft, and I do really like it. And the other cleanser I use is also from Acure. It's the Incredibly Clear Cleansing Stick. This is the only cleansing stick I've tried, and it's so cool. It's really good for travel because it's a solid. You don't really have to worry about liquids exploding in your bag or whatever. So you just pop off the top, and it's in here. It's looking kind of messy because I've had it for quite a while. This is another one that I kind of just keep in my shower. Sometimes I'll take it out and I'll use it at the sink, and then other times I'll just use it in there. I'm starting to get, I don't know if it's like acne spots on my chest or something, but it's also good to use on your body. You can just rub it around. And this one does foam a little bit. It's probably the most foaming cleanser that I have. It's not, I haven't found that it strips my skin though. It does still feel really nice and soothing. It does have salicylic acid in there. So does the exfoliator a little bit. So if I find that I'm going through a little bit of a tricky spell with my skin, then I tend to use the stick just because I know that it fights acne. The exfoliator has a little bit of a natural sort of seaweed smell, and the stick smells a little bit like lavender. So after that, I tend to tone. I've been using this that I found at Winners of all places. It is the Provence Beauty Natural Vegan Hyaluronic Acid Hydrating Toner Serum. And this does have a little bit of glycolic acid in there, so it's kind of in the middle of the ingredients list. and it also has some fruit acids in there, so it's probably supposed to be sort of an exfoliating acid toner, and again the hyaluronic acid. I don't find that I've noticed really much of a difference since using this. It says you can spray it in your hands and then put it on your face. If I've been wearing makeup that day, I do prefer to spray it on a cotton pad and then rub it around my face just to make sure that I'm getting off any excess makeup. It smells like oranges. It smells nice. The squirter is not very good. You can probably see in the little video footage that I captured of it. Sometimes it works and then sometimes it doesn't, and it'll just kind of go everywhere. So I wish it had a better squirter. I think I'd probably only know if it was making a difference after I stop using it. I'm going to stop using it once the bottle is done, and if I notice a difference, then maybe I'll try and pick up another bottle. It wasn't very expensive. It was $9.99, and it's a big bottle. There's 4 fluid ounces, and it's only just halfway done now. So it's been 5 months since I started it, I want to say, so it's not something that goes down very quickly. I also have Marcelle Micellar water. They have a few different versions of this. This one is for normal skin. I believe they also have a dry skin and an oily skin version. This is huge. This is 400 milliliters or 13.5 fluid ounces. I've had this for quite a few months and I've only made it down to here. So this is another one that you can just pump from the top, and it's for eyes, lips, and face, so you can use it pretty well all over. I haven't had any issues with it stinging my eyes. Sometimes micellar waters can do that. This doesn't have really any alcohol in it, I don't think. It does have aloe, so it's good for soothing the skin. And this is the one I switched to after finishing up my simple micellar water. That's the one I was using. That one was not cruelty-free, and this one is about the same price. It's cruelty-free and you get a lot more product, and I find that it works about the same. So I would use that in the morning, and I also use it at night if I feel like there's a lot of makeup to get off my face. But usually after using the First Aid Beauty and the makeup erase your face cloth, I don't really have a lot of makeup left. Now for eye makeup remover, I have the Annabelle eye makeup remover lotion. This is another one that pumps from the top. Sometimes I don't want to waste the First Aid Beauty Coconut Micellar Makeup Melter because it is kind of expensive. So if I'm not wearing a lot of eye makeup, then I usually just use the Erase Your Face cloth and a little bit of the Annabelle one after. The Annabelle one works really well. It's oil-free and it doesn't sting my eyes, which is good. And sometimes I've had samples of eye makeup removers that leave behind like a little band of red spots along my lash line. This one doesn't do that, and it's a good price. You can get a larger size than this. This is the 5.7 fluid ounces, but I think there's one that's 150 times the size of this. It's a jumbo size, so that's really nice. Now on the days I want to spot treat, I have the Derma E Very Clear Spot Blemish Treatment. This is 14 grams. It's about $12, and it has tea tree oil as its main ingredient. There's also a little bit of lavender and a little bit of salicylic acid in here, but that's the main ingredient. So it does smell a little bit like tea tree oil and lavender mainly. If you don't like the smell of tea tree oil, you're probably not going to like this. It is a little bit drying, I'm not going to lie, but that's probably one of the reasons that it works for spots so quickly, because I find that I don't get too many spots, but when I do, if I use this morning and night, within 2 days the spots are usually gone. It may leave a little bit of a scar if it's a really bad spot, but the acne itself is gone. In the nighttime, I use the ordinary hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5. I usually use a tiny little amount under my eyes and I use about 1 to 2 drops for the rest of my face. I don't use it in the morning just because I don't feel like I have to, but nighttime is the time that I really like to pamper my face. And it does have kind of, well, I'll show you the consistency of it. It has kind of a, not too runny, but also not, it's kind of just the perfect consistency for this type of product. It doesn't feel sticky. You don't really want a hyaluronic acid to feel sticky on your face, and it sinks in really nicely. This is one of the products that I think has helped my skin the most, along with the next product, which is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. This is one of the really big sizes that you can get during, what is it? It's like the Black Friday sale, but I wasn't able to get that one this year. It sold out really quickly, so I just have one of the 8-ounce sizes poured into here, squeezed into here, because this one's actually from the previous Black Friday sale. I just wanted to keep the big container, but it's a really nice thick cream, but again, it doesn't leave a sticky feeling on the face. A lot of thicker creams can leave your skin feeling kind of greasy. This one doesn't. I really like the way it feels. Again, no real scent to it. And I use it morning and night. It's not too heavy for me to use in the morning and night, but they do have a lighter version of it, just an Ultra Repair Moisturizer, or Ultra Repair Lotion, I think it's called. So if it is too heavy for your skin, they do have the lighter version of it, and it's also a little bit less expensive, I think. For eye cream, I have the 100% pure coffee bean caffeine eye cream, which is for dark circles and puffiness. It does not help dark circles. Like, not a lot of things help dark circles, so I think it probably depends on the cause of your dark circles. Are you undersleeping? Are you like staying up too late? Then maybe it would help you. But if your dark circles are just hereditary and from medical issues, then a cream is not going to help you with that. However, it is a very nice cream. It smells like dessert, so there's nothing wrong with that. And you get twice the amount that you would usually get in an eye cream. This is 1 fluid ounce. A lot of face creams start at 1 fluid ounce, so you do get a good amount of product for the price. And I do have a couple more products to finish up with. These are masks. I don't do a mask every single day, but when I do, I use these. This is the Lush Bunny Moon Jelly Face Mask. If you've never used a jelly face mask, they're quite cool. As you can see here in the video, what you do is you basically take a little chunk out and you start rolling it in between your hands and you start massaging it onto your face. It does have kale and clay in there, as well as differing ingredients depending on which one you get. This one has moisturizing honey, calming rose, and sweet vanilla. And this one is for sensitive skin types. They do have a few different kinds, but they just feel really nice on the skin. And even though there's clay in there, they don't completely dry down and suck the life out of your skin. A lot of times when there's a kale and clay mask, it basically dries and hardens down onto your skin. This one does not do that. And so you can leave it on for 10 minutes, which is the suggested time, and by the end of that time, your skin doesn't feel really dry. There's also this mask here, which is a Biovene Barcelona bubble mask, and it's for cleaning pores and perfecting the skin. It's made with charcoal, ginkgo biloba, aloe vera, and green tea. And it's one of those masks that you're supposed to put it on, kind of massage it around the face, and it's supposed to start bubbling and foaming. And I don't find that it does that as much as it shows here, but it definitely feels kind of fizzy and kind of neat. It's kind of got a cooling effect, which feels really nice on the face. And I would say if you do have like ultra sensitive skin, maybe you won't like that tingling sensation as much. like it might feel kind of irritating, but with my sensitivity, I don't find that the tingling effect is too strong. It's just kind of an interesting sensation, and it doesn't cause any irritation post mask removal. I don't know that I notice any benefits from it, but I don't use it as regularly as I probably should be in order to see benefits. So if you used it maybe a couple times a week, maybe you would notice a significant difference in your skin. I don't know. And lastly, there are these solid oils from Lush. These are the naked oils. I can't remember the name of this one. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the description, but this is the banana one anyway. And again, like the cleanser, very oily, made up of a lot of oils, and you basically could either apply it directly to your face or rub it in your hands and spread it around, and you could use it either as a moisturizer or under or over moisturizer. The problem I had is that they break me out. So I have this full one here, and then they also gave me a sample of, if I can get it out of here, the argan one. The argan one is very nice too. But every time I try to use them, they break me out. I still have an acne scar on my cheek here from a really bad one that happened. I can use a little bit of them underneath my eyes to hydrate my eye area. That's about the most I can do with them, which is really unfortunate because they do feel really nice, and of course it's Lush, they smell great, but I can't use them. But if you can use them, then they're going to be great. I mean, they feel awesome. So I think that's everything. I think that's my entire skin routine as of right now. So if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll get back to you. If you've tried any of these products, let me know how they worked for your skin. Obviously, my skin's going to be different from yours. So if something you see here didn't work for you, then that's fine because we have very different skin types. So I post Mondays and Fridays here on this channel in the afternoons Eastern times. Thank you so much for being here. I also post quite frequently on Instagram and Patreon, so subscribe if you want to, and I would appreciate the support. I hope to see you very soon. Bye, everyone.